All right, Shalom. I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Quadash, double honors to the apostles of GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing this truth in sincerity. And I want to go into just a quick video, nothing major, or at least not too in detail, but basically going into this bridge that collapsed in where I live at. And it just so happens that this was a bridge I used to take going to work from my previous job. That ended up actually cutting me loose, right? So they got rid of me, and just a couple days ago, this bridge ended up being collapsed. Now this was a little rundown. Basically, I was traveling back and forth to work for going through this bridge for about maybe a year now, maybe 2 years, and that's the same bridge that you have to take to go through a toll. Long story short, going through a back way so I could avoid all the tolls because they kept hitting me with at least $14,000 worth of tolls, and well, the Lord pretty much got rid of this bridge. I mean, this is just the Lord showing His power, especially since with a lot of things that's going on with the with this society, how things collapsing, people losing their homes, a lot of people dying. All these things play a factor, especially since this bridge um is I would say a massive commodity, basically, because you have a lot of trucks that go in and out. I'm talking about the big trucks that go in and out, bringing in a lot of stuff and taking a lot of stuff out, which is going to basically hold up productions in a way to where they had to go another route. But this is the main line because the only other route is to go all the way around through the other city to even basically get there, which is going to cause a lot of people problems, especially trucks, since they only have a certain amount of time they can be out there. And well, let's just say it's going to start racking up some stuff here, right? So you're going to start seeing a whole lot of other stuff being people collapse and all this other stuff. But basically, going a little bit further, um, but it's still crazy how basically it's happening because in the video, if you when you look, the ship collides into the support beams. Now there are 6 support beams on that thing, and it only took that one ship that malfunctioned to hit that one support beam and knock down basically down the entire bridge, right? Because what happened is the ship, as from what the engineers talked about, is that somehow the ship, when it blows out the black smoke, it means it's an engine problem, which means you lose control of the ship, so it goes wherever. The Lord directed that ship to hit that bridge. Now, so I forgot what I was going to say after that, but basically, the Lord basically directed that ship to hit that bridge, and it's a main bridge, mind you, which is a lot of money, and a lot of money being flushed down the toilet with trucks not being able to go through and come through and forth. It's like it. So I'm gonna get this one scripture real quick. This is Exodus 20:2. It says, "I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have no other gods before me." And what this is what happens when you place your trust into, or place your trust into a fake god, because that's all Esau is. He's playing the fake god. Yes, the technology and all this other stuff, but guess what? Who gave him that power? And with all that power, you mean to tell me he can build a better, uh, stronger support beam to handle that one little ship? So that goes to show you that this place is uh, nothing but rust, corruption, all this other stuff. Holds no real strong value here. That was the fallacy of this society to basically tell you that, hey, we're the strong, powerful country, and yet everything's going to shambles here. Let me go a little bit further with this, because I also wanted to go into this just to look up something, and I basically looked into how many catastrophic events happen here, basically, and from 2000 to 2023. Actually, so like it says in 2023, there was a total number of 398 natural disasters events recorded worldwide. And I wonder who has that power to do that? Because certainly not Esau. Though he may make that, I can't say it, but he made that program to basically control weathers. But only the Lord's in control of all of that. Every little thing that goes on here is it's all of Him, and that's what people fail to understand. In that, because what's funny, what's crazy about that is with that bridge that collapsed, that was actual people on there too. I forgot how much they said it was. I think it was said about a total of 6, maybe 10 people were in there, and they was they said they couldn't find them, and it's been I think 4 days now, and they said they pretty much presumed dead. But that the funny part is they would the guy on the ship was already telling them, and they prepared for it, which is crazy. Is that, hey, my ship's out of control. Evacuate people if you need to. And they had the point set up, but by the time it happened, it was already too late. So that's only the power of the Lord right there. So I looked into another one, because all these things happen for a reason. It's all part of what we watch out for. But I typed in how many death events we get, and as according to this year, almost 5,000 people have died in the U.S. gun violence so far in 2024. It's from the start of 2024. It's January. It is now the end of March. That's a high accumulation of a death count for people dying just that much. So you can't tell me, especially with all these gun laws, what so like, especially with all the gun laws they're trying to put into effect, and they still pumping out, people still getting these guns. There's, especially with the time of the eclipse about to happen, which is basically an omen. You best believe you're gonna start seeing some crazy stuff. See, and what's crazy, what's even crazier is I didn't see my first eclipse until a couple years ago. I think this was a little after the whole C virus thing, and now you got another eclipse. That consecutively within a couple of years, that tells you something. This is no mere coincidence, as people like to talk about. This ain't some things just happen just because it does, or you're just there at the wrong place at the wrong time. No, these things really do happen, right? This is Isaiah 13:9. It says, "Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it." Right? It says, "For the stars of heaven and the constellations thereof shall not give their light. The sun shall be darkened in his going forth, and the moon shall not cause her light to shine." Which means there's no light in this place. There would be nothing protecting this place. That whole "Make America Great Again," or looking back when the golden era of this place was so bright with the illusion, there's no illusion for this. You're seeing this place, this filthy place, for what it is, and the Lord is actually going to show it in that day. He's even showing it now. But he's showing it as it progressively gets worse. Just like any other kingdom, they don't fall overnight. They just degress over time. Because that's all it is. They get worse and worse. Like I said, you mean to tell me with all this power that Esau has, he couldn't make a stronger support beam? The roads are all messed up all throughout the U.S. Infrastructure's failing, abandoned homes, people dying left or right, whether they be in their homes or out in the cold or out on the streets. It's getting even worse as time progressively goes on. No, the value of the dollar ain't much of anything. And you want to start seeing more jobs, either lay off people or they're going to shut down. Then people really going to start kicking up, right? But the Lord in that day is going to show all the stuff that's well, He's going to destroy everything. Number one, that's pretty much going all about this place. Actually, let me keep reading with this part. And then I look at it. It says, this is verse 11. It says, "And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible." Which means all these kingdoms are going to get it. Primarily, this place, this wicked place, Babylon, is going to catch it the worst. Because once this place falls, it's like the rest of them fall like dominoes, right? So that bridge or everything else prior and after what's going to happen, as far as all these things happen, this is just a showcase, a prelude for what's to really come, basically. But I just found it funny that this happens on the bridge that I had to going back and forth to every day from when I was working that job recently and before they actually fired me. And it was and the Lord protected me from even having to go back there regardless, because I could have the Lord could have just said, screw it, I just uh it just could just collapse. But the Lord said, I'm gonna wait, you're gonna wait, I'm gonna destroy this bridge. And it was through the Lord's blessings that He protected me. So that's all I wanted to go into with that. So, Lord willing, this is edifying, at least a little bit. And with that, shalom.